Welcome to We Are One. And today we are here with our dear Philomena Dooley. Welcome.
Thank you, Ali. Welcome, everybody. Welcome
It's
to all of
it,
those people from wherever, all over the world, I hope.
we have friends arriving from Virginia, from Germany, Austria, New York. We're so glad to have you here with us one more day. And today, Philomena has accepted our invitation to join us, and we are so deeply grateful for that.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'd like to say hello to many friends. Particularly, I'm happy to know that my friend Miro in Dubai has decided to stay on the planet with us. Um, that's really wonderful. I also want to say hi, Céad Míle Fáilte, to all my friends in Ireland. Céad Míle Fáilte means 100,000 welcomes. It's a Gaelic welcome to everybody. Okay. So I just realized that today we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of Earth Day. And I believe that by holding our thumbs, we can help to harmonize ourselves and help to harmonize this wonderful planet that we're on. So I would like to begin by telling a few stories, if that's okay. My background many years ago was in the nursing profession. And during my career, I developed a blood clotting problem. And it was rather serious. And I was under medical care for many years. One day, a man walked up to me, wanted to know if I wanted to improve my health. And if I did, I should go to see Mary Burmeister in Scottsdale, Arizona. Now, coming from traditional Western medicine, I'm thinking, what is this? What do they do? Well, anyway, my curiosity got the better of me, and off I went. And I had the pleasure of meeting and working with Mary and with Patricia, her associate at the time. I arrived back home and I had my standing medical checkup the following day. Well, the result was that I had a clean bill of health. No more painkillers or blood thinners and all the various things that I'd been on for 19 years. All gone. So people kept asking me what had happened, the different changes that they had seen with me, etc. Shortly thereafter, I get a phone call from Ireland that my mum is in hospital in a coma. So when I went to her bedside, I realized that she really was in a coma. And I observed the bedside drainage and saw that there was just very little concentration of liquid in the drainage bag. Just wanting to be motherly to my mom, I took my two hands and I placed my right hand over her left chest, over the heart area, and I placed my left hand at the lower abdominal area next to the top of the thigh, on top of the covers, and just stood there or sat there. And probably I said some prayers, I don't remember exactly. But anyway, I thought, okay, maybe I should do the same on the other side. But when I went to move, I realized that the bedside drainage bag was full, and the floor was all wet. So I played Dinny the Dimwit, moved back, rang the bell for the nurse. She comes in very noisily, and guess what? My mom wakes up. Just like that. Her recovery at the hospital was for the next 7 to 10 days, I think it was. Anyway, I was there for 7 of the days and went to visit and did little self-helps. I didn't know, hadn't taken a class yet. I didn't know. So anyway, she lived a very healthy, happy life for 13 and a half years after that. So I thought maybe to celebrate Earth Day, as we have it, I thought we'd talk about our first depth on our bodies. I know there are many people here who may not have taken a Jin Shin Jyutsu class. And I just want you to know that I was not a healer per se. We're not healers until we begin to practice and feel the Jin Shin Jyutsu in ourselves. And basically, that's what I've been doing for the past, 42 years. So our first depth has 4 safety energy locks that I will talk about them later, but we call them energy locks. So we have 4. So I would like you, it's an exercise. So rather than meditating, you're going to be active, okay? So if you want to stand or you can sit, whatever's comfortable for you, you place your hands either on your ones, which is I'll just turn this a little bit. The inside aspect of your leg, safety energy lock number 1, is located here. And I will explain them a little bit later. Safety energy lock number 2 is at the crest of the hip, all the way back here. Safety energy lock number 3 is just over your shoulders in the area between your shoulder blade and your spine. And safety energy lock number 4 is at the back of the occipital protuberance. Our teacher, Mary, had told us that if we do this physically, that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Physically, you can do it several times if you wish, but once you do it once, you can automatically do it in your mind throughout the course of the day. So we have 3 universal harmonizing energy flow paths in our body. 1 is the main central vertical flow that descends the front of the body. It's our source of life. It's descending, and then it begins the process of ascending. So we live in this oval of energy, down the front and up the back, our source of life. And then on each side, on each half of the body, we have what we call our left and right supervisors. On the supervisors, we have locations. We usually in Jin Shin Jyutsu, we call them safety energy locks. These are locations where congestion can occur when we are not in harmony. So when we hold our safety energy lock number 1, which is on this supervisor, at the inner aspect of the knee, we're helping energy to descend. We're helping the our bodies to exhale. So if you want to spend a moment and hold your ones, or do one at a time, or do both, we can just feel the energy moving through here. Safety energy lock number 1 is our prime mover. Safety energy lock number 2 at the crest of the hip is our inhale, our receiver, receiving our abundance. Safety energy lock number 2 represents wisdom. It helps us to be balanced, to be in balance, poise, self-centeredness, safety energy lock number 3 over the top of the shoulder is the harmonizer for our exhale and inhale. And since it's at the level of the 3rd thoracic vertebra, it's very important for helping to harmonize the energy that we receive in our lungs. And I know over the last several days, you have all been introduced to safety energy lock number 3 as the helper for our immune system. Helps our lymphatic system, helps the whole immune system. It helps us to understand. Energy lock number 3. And safety energy lock number 4 at the base of the skull. What a wonderful energy lock. Energy lock number 4 is. It measures everything that goes on in our body. Everything in our body is measured by our 4s. And from a nice long word, isn't it? 2 words actually. It's the Latin for a big hole. It's the largest hole in the skull, and it's there to help our neurons, help our nerves, helps to connect our brain to our spinal cord. At this area, excuse me, excuse me.
Your time.
At this area where our 4s are, it helps with our breathing, also our swallowing, our blood pressure. It measures everything that's going on in our body. 4. It's our consciousness, our subconsciousness. A quickie for safety energy lock number 1 is holding the thumb. A quickie for safety energy lock number 2 is holding the ring finger. And for safety energy lock number 3, it's easy to remember. It's the middle finger, our third finger. And safety energy lock number 4, we're back to holding the thumb. So safety energy lock number 1 being our prime mover, and safety energy lock number 4, measuring out all that is going on in our body, all harmonized by holding our thumb. So we have our main central vertical flow that I mentioned a few moments ago. So with each breath that we exhale, this main central vertical flow is moving down the body. And so with each breath, it moves approximately 1.7 centimeters or 2/3 of an inch. So we can measure our exhalations. We can measure how long it takes for this main central vertical flow to harmonize the various functions in our body. We have our electromagnetic system. So when we're using our main central vertical flow, we're harmonizing from the top of the head with the right hand, the left hand between the eyebrows. Left hand now between the 22s. Left hand between the 13s. Left hand at the solar plexus. Left hand just above the umbilicus, the belly button. Left hand at the top of the pubic area. And then we take our right hand from the top of our head and we hold our coccyx. If it's not easy to hold your coccyx with this direction, you can use the back of your hand. So Ali, I think that's it for today.
I'm so happy, so glad to have you here. People in the chat are just sending you lots of messages of love. I will forward them all to you later. And our deepest appreciation for you sharing your time and your wisdom with us on this Earth Day.
Thank you. Enjoy holding your thumbs.
Take good care of yourselves. Thank you so much for joining us.
And thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye now.